Hi guys, day 4. I hope you're all still with me. Okay, so today we're going to add in a couple new exercises. We're going to add in something called scissors and something, our side kicks, because we're not doing any side body work yet, and then thigh stretch. So remember, any of them you can leave out if they just don't feel right. That's the golden rule. If it doesn't feel right, you leave it out. Alrighty, so let's come down onto the mat. So we know how to roll down with control. Find that in and up of the belly. Make sure the rib cage is settled down, and let's take the arms up to the ceiling. And then reach the arms back. Think about as you reach the arms back, your whole spine is reaching. And then press something heavy and bring the arms up to the ceiling. Reach the arms back. Lengthen your entire spine, and then press the arms back. One more, reach them back, and then press the arms up to the ceiling. And then you're going to press the arms all the way down. You're going to knee fold both legs in. So remember, your legs are being lifted from your tummy. So pull the one leg in, and pull the other leg in. And we're going to squeeze the inner thighs together here. So I'm not asking you to squeeze your butt, I'm asking you to squeeze your inner thighs. The belly is drawing in. You're going to reach the hands or the fingertips all the way down to the end of the mat, and you're going to reach them, and they're going to reach, and they're lifting just above the hip bone, ready for your 100. Now you can place your feet down if you struggle with this, but keep squeezing those inner thighs together. Reach the crown of the head to the ceiling, pull the ribcage into the mat, and we're going to beat the arms from here. So we've already done 20, surely. Keep reaching those arms. The more you reach them, the more you can curl up. Eyes are staying in the tummy. That tailbone is staying heavy, so make sure that you're not tucking. And then the knees are right over your pelvis. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last two, maybe. You know, my counting. Last one. And then pull the knees into the chest and lower the head down to the mat. And then roll onto your sides, onto your one side for our half roll back. So we're going to go with long arms today. But remember, you can always go back to having them underneath the belly of your thighs. So let's go legs together. So we have our inner thighs to help us. And arms are reaching out. So again, they're at shoulder height, shoulder distance. So they're not pulling in and they're not super wide. They're right in line with your shoulders. Okay, from here, sit up nice and tall. You're going to pull that belly button back as you reach the tailbone towards the front of the mat. Keep scooping, keep pulling, keep scooping, keep pulling, keep scooping, keep pulling, keep scooping, keep pulling. Only going back as far as you know that you can get back up. With control. And sit up tall. Two more. You know, tomorrow we're going to get all the way down with long legs. We're heading there. Keep scooping. That belly button is pulling back as the tailbone is pulling forward. You're trying desperately to get the back of those hip bones, the waistband, onto the mat. Couldn't think what the word was then. Struggling. Okay, here we go. See, even everyone struggles. Okay, here we go. Last one, and we're going to control it all the way down. Pull the belly button back. Pull the tailbone forward. Keep squeezing those inner thighs together. It really helps you, I promise. Coming all the way down. Try not to drop when you get to the bottom bit. Control, 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 control. Take the legs out long. And remember, you can go bent legs again for your single leg circles. So you can have them here if you want to, just like we did on day one. All depends on what your body parts are doing and how you're feeling today. Okay, so here we go. Left leg pressing into the mat. It is in line. It's going to stay right in the line with the center of the body. So inner thighs are squeezing together. Left leg is pressing into the mat. Rib bones, ribs and sternum pressing into the mat. Upper arm bones and wrists pressing into the mat. And then you're going to knee fold that right leg in by the belly, and you're going to take the leg up to the ceiling. Turn it out at the hip socket. The pelvis and the spine haven't been disturbed. Remember, it's about what's not moving. 5 circles. Cross the body, down, around, and up for 1. Across, down, around, and up for 2. Across, down, around, and up for 3. And 4. And 5. And reverse. We're going out and down, around, and up for 1. For 2. For 3. Last one. No, I lied. Last one. I told you I was rubber sheet counting. And then take that leg down to meet the other. Fire up the inner thighs again. They will help you get out of your hip flexors and your quads. Okay? Scoop the belly to lift the left leg. Knee folded in. Make sure that that hip hasn't come with you. Take the leg out long. Press the arms into the mat. Make sure that rib cage and the sternum is sinking down. Belly scooped. Here we go. Turn the leg out if you haven't. 5 circles. 5. So across the body, down, around, and up for 1. Remember, it's over to the shoulder. So it's like up and over. Last 2. Last 1. And reverse. And going out, down, around, across, and up. Out, down, around, across, and up. 3, 4, and 5. And then lower that leg down. Let's come onto our sides to sit up for rolling like a ball. Okay, so we have been here for the last few days, and you know, this is always a great place to be because it helps if you know that you're flicking your pelvis like when you come up and you kind of have to go, woo, like that to stop yourself, then you should stay here because it's better to be in control than be flinging all over the place. The other thing that is a little cheat is if you go over and the legs flick and they come in, so you're not staying in your ball, then you want to stay here. So we're going to do 2 here, and then the last 3, we're going to challenge ourselves and take a different hand position by making a smaller ball. So the smaller the ball, the more challenging it is. So squeeze the heels together, hands are behind the belly and the thighs. Pull that belly button back so much so that you feel that your legs just float up. Squeeze the heels, fire up those hamstrings. Think hamstring curl, and let's do 2 rollbacks. So you're not flinging that. The eyes are staying right by your toes. So they're staying right at that spot. And you're going to keep them there even as you go overhead. So inhale back. Exhale up. Inhale back. Exhale up. So if you're okay with that, you can take the legs onto the shins and you just come to be a little bit of a tighter ball. I'm going to do 3 more. So now I'm pressing my shins into my hands and my hands into my shins. My elbows are still wide. My shoulder blades are still drawing down my back. I'm squeezing my heels together. My knees are still shoulder distance apart. Pull the belly button back to rock back. Keep the eyes right in front of the toes. Last one. And then place the feet down, place the hands by the hips, scoot back, and roll down, ready for our single leg pull. So, Pull one leg in, knee fold, and knee fold. Let's curl up. Place that outside hand on the ankle, inside hand on the shin. That leg's going to go up to the ceiling. We're going to do 8 single leg pulls. So remember that tailbone has to stay down, and you're using your arms and your upper abs to curl yourself up. Keep the eyes in the belly. Here we go. Pull, pull, switch. And switch. And switch. Last one. And pull both knees in, lower the head down. Curl back up, double leg pull. Okay, so here we go. Keep the eyes in the tummy. As you reach out, try not to lose the curl up of your upper body, okay? So here we go. Inhale, reach everything long. Reach the crown of the head away from the toes. Pull everything in. Exhale, keep that tailbone down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. And lower the head down. Okay. We're adding in scissors. So, legs are going to go up to the ceiling. Okay, if you have tight hamstrings, obviously you can have a slight bend in them. You're going to curl up and you're going to reach for your ankle. So you might not get to your ankle because I don't want you to reach your arms off your back. I want you to keep your arms on your back and your shoulder blades drawing down. So crown of the head reaching up, tailbone is still down, and then you're going to pull one leg towards you as the other one reaches away. But I don't want it to just hang out here, okay? It's got to actively reach from your tummy, okay? So it's pull, pull, and switch. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. You don't lose the curl up. At any point, you can put your head down, sink the belly, switch the legs. Last one each side. And lower down. Bend the knees in and have a little stretch. Come onto your sides and let's sit up for our spine stretch forward. Remember, you can grab your block or have a towel underneath your hamstrings if that's helpful. I'm going to do 3. So, pressing the heels into the mat, knees are soft. You're trying to press the hamstrings down as well. Squeeze the sit bones to lift up out of the pelvis. Make sure that ribcage is pulling in and you're not flared. Shoulders are drawn onto the back and the arms are shoulder height and shoulder distance. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the whole spine. Drop the head, pull the ribs in towards you. Pull the belly in towards you. Reach the crown of the head. Reach fingertips. Keep pulling everything back as you reach forward. Keep reaching. Empty out every last bit of air as you're trying to get your nose to the mat. And then inhale, restack the spine. Remember, the idea is up and over. Okay? It's not about flexibility. It's not about hamstrings. It's about stretching your back. Okay? Here we go. Sitting up nice and tall. Sit bones squeezing together just a little bit. Pressing the heels into the mat. Crown of the head lifting. Ribcage in. Drop the head. Round forward. Up and over we go. Empty out all the air. When you get to the last drop, so you can pull the belly in a little bit more and lift your spine. Lift your ribs. And then inhale, restack. Last one. Lifting up. Sit bones squeezing together. Heels pressing into the mat. Thigh bones pressing down. Drop the head. Pull your ribs in. Pull the belly in. Pull the hip bones in. And reach forward from the crown of the head. You're not reaching off your back. You're not reaching your arms. The arms stay connected onto your shoulders. And restack the spine on your inhale. And then come onto your fronts for our swan prep. So our legs are in parallel. If they can, you want to be squeezing the inner thighs together and kind of squeezing your big toe knuckles together. Or I always think like your bunions together, if you have them. If you're lucky enough not to have them, then squeeze the side soles of the feet together. Okay, so it's like you're spinning your inner thighs up. Come down, place that little pillow for your head with the hands. Shoulder blades drawing down the back. The pubic bone and hip bones are pressing into the mat as you lift the belly in and up. And then from here, keep squeezing the inner thighs, pressing the whole of the pelvic bones into the mat as you keep pressing the hand and the head into the hands and the hand into the head. Lengthen up. So you're lengthening away, but you're lifting up because there's no other way it can go. It can't go further out, so it has to go up. Hold, and then lengthen to lower down. Last one. Make sure the inner thighs are drawing together. Pelvic bones, all of them are pushing into the mat. That belly's lifting in and up. The ribcage is lifting in and up. The hands are pressing into the head, and the heads are pressing into the hands. And you're going to lengthen everything away. So the crown of the head is reaching away from the heels. As you lift, and lengthen, and you're holding, and then lengthen away to come back down. Last one. Inner thighs drawing together. Pubic bone, hip bones pushing into the mat. Belly lifted in and up. Hand is pressing into the head, and the head is pressing into the hand. The shoulder blades are drawing down the back. Reach the crown of the head away from the heels, and lengthen to lift, and lift to lengthen. And you're going to hold at your most lengthened spine. Imagine your spine is a spring, and you're trying to open it, and then lengthen to come all the way down. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, and push yourself back into a well-deserved little stretch. And we're going to come onto our sides for side kick. So this is a new one. We're just going to do one version of it, which is in the original Contrology, or Return to Life, which is the front and back. So you're going to line yourself up with the back edge of your mat. If you can see me, there we go. So your arm is in line with your body, your hips, everything is stacked in one long line. So it's quite tricky now because we don't have a mat behind us. So this is when we start getting into the harder stuff. But I want you to imagine that you have a mat behind you. So you still have to pull the belly in and up, okay? Let's reach both legs away, and you're going to lift them up to come up to the corner of your mat. So the further your legs are away, the easier it is, and the closer they are to the body, the harder it is. So I would go on about a 45-degree to start. The bottom leg is pressing into the floor, the whole foot, so the heel, the toes, and the whole of the leg, and it really works that outside hip. You're going to keep your head down for today. Make sure that the shoulders are square and the hips are square, so you're not falling forward, you're not falling back, and this leg isn't hiking up. Reach that top leg to hip height, and you're going to reach it long. So there's a little bit of a gap in the underside waist, and this waist is nice and long, and you're going to keep it there. Okay, nothing moves. You're going to kick the leg forward, but you want you to think that you're pulling the pelvic, that top hip bone is staying where it is. And then you're going to take the leg back behind you as though somebody is pulling the leg. So it's a real reach, it's a real hip opener. And then let's go. So pull the leg forward, kick, and reach it long behind. So the leg turns out just slightly as it comes forward. Keep that hip bone back. Pull, and reach. Last one. Pull, and reach. Okay, we're going to go on to the other side. So bend the legs and push yourself up and switch sides. So again, line yourself up so you're in one long line from your fingertips to your heels, with your ribs and your sit bones kind of in that same line. Take the legs out to that diagonal, and then press that entire bottom leg into the mat. So where you're going to stabilize. That top leg reaches long, and again, that bottom waist is lifted slightly. You can feel your obliques lifting. Okay, from here we're going to kick forward. So as you kick the leg forward, it's going to turn out a little bit, but that hip bone is not coming with you. It's staying plugged in. Kick, kick, and then the leg goes parallel to go back. And it's staying at hip height. It's not going up, and it's not dropping down. Kick back. Same as it comes forward. It's not dropping down as it comes forward. It's staying at hip height. Kick, kick, and reach it long. Kick, kick, and reach it long. Imagine somebody pulling the leg, and you should feel this beautiful stretch. Okay, kick, kick, and long. And hold it here so you can get another deeper stretch. Open the hip, and come back together. Push yourself up. So we're going to add in thigh stretch. You do not have to do this if you have bad knees. You can just completely omit it, okay? But I find it a little bit easier than teaching shoulder bridge. It kind of does the same thing. So if you do have bad knees, you can always grab a towel and you can place your knees on it this way if you need a little bit more cushioning. The other option is you can roll it up and you can have it right in the crease of the knees so that when we go back, you have a little bit of help. Okay? So you're going to come up to this upright kneeling position, and you want your knees directly in line with your hip bones. If you were to draw a line straight down, they're right in the line. And your feet are straight back, okay? They're not together and they're not apart. Again, they're one long line. You're pushing your hip bones forward, so the tailbone is drawing down the back of the thighs. So again, you're in a long line from the shoulders to the hips to the knees. You're going to take the arms out in front, okay? So we're going to keep them here. We're not going to move the arms. You're going to keep having to push the hip bones forward. By doing that, you feel your glutes activate, the hamstrings should be on fire, and you're reaching the knees down into the mat. And you're going to keep that shape. You're going to pull the ribcage in, and you're going to hinge back in one long line. And then you're going to come forward. And we're only doing 3, so don't worry. But each time you come forward, it's almost like you have to catch yourself, which helps fire these up. So you're not sinking back, you're not hanging out, okay? It's like you're so far forward that you could fall. 2 more. Ribcage in, belly lifting in and up, hip bones and pubic bone pushing forward, hamstrings and glutes on fire, hinge back. Think as you hinge back, you're lengthening, the crown of the head's reaching, the knees are reaching, they're rooting into the mat. Opening the hips and forward. Last one. Root the knees down. Press the shin bones into the mat. Press the top of the feet into the mat. Lift up. Pull the ribs in. Hip bones, glutes, everything pushing forward as you send the body back. Hold it here. Can you open the hips a little bit more? Fire up the glutes. And come up. And relax down. That hurt. Okay, we're going to go into our rhomboid push-ups that we did last week, which was just working the shoulder blades along the back. And then from there, you can either keep it where you just hold the all fours, or we're going to go into a plank. Okay, so come into your all fours position. So knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath shoulders. Shoulder blades drawing down, so think armpit to waist, and those elbow pits are coming forward. So it's like you're rotating your arms, and that just helps put your shoulders in a better position on your back. Lift the belly, lift the ribs, so that you're nice and active. Keep the arms straight, and you're going to push the mat away to open up those shoulders, And then as you sink your sternum down to the mat, the shoulder blades pull together. So press away, pull together. Press away, pull together. Last one, press away, pull together. Okay, so you can keep it here, and you can add on with your, if you want to, with your Supermans that we did last week. Otherwise, we're going to challenge our rhomboid push-up a little bit more, and we're going into our forearm plank. So, you're not sinking, you're not piked, you're in a nice long line. So your heels are over your balls of your feet, and you're going to hold it here, but you're not sinking in your shoulders either, and you're not pushing away. You're right in the middle. So shoulder blades drawing down the back. Glutes are on fire. Inner thighs lifted and squeezing. Belly lifted and squeezing. And you're going to hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then collapse in a heap. And then let's just push back, lift the belly, round the spine, and come and finish off in your little bit of a stretch. Keep lifting the belly off the thighs, drop the head, reach the arms, breathe into your back ribs, and re-step the spine when you are ready. And that is us finished.